wrote the iconic intro to Mr. Crowley? Coming up on Into the Void, Ozzy Osbourne tribute. Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Into the Void, Ozzy Osbourne tribute. This is an episode that I absolutely had to do because I used to always see in whether it be Facebook posts or comments from Loudwire or other big music channels and stuff. I'd always see like a comment like, "We'll never really know who wrote the intro to Mr. Crowley," and I had to do this episode because Mr. Crowley is the song that got me, hooked on playing keyboards, piano. It's a huge part of my life. So to learn who wrote it, and now this is via source Bob Daisley. He doesn't say the name, I believe, in the book, though, but for fact's sake, he says, though, that they had a guy come down from Jet Records. And because Mr. Crowley didn't have an intro to it at first. But then after, though, they came up, though, with everything, and, they wanted to have an intro for it. Jet Records sent out a keyboardist by the name of Mr. Bill Hunt. And Bill came down, and because at the time it was Bob, Randy, Lee, and Ozzy. And what he came down and did was something very similar, whether it's the D minor, A minor, F major, C major, all that stuff. Whether it was the measures of the song, the chord structure of the song, or whether it was a little bit of a different bass line or whatever. So what that is like if someone came to me and like they were like, "Hey, Loomis, check this out," and I'll just show you an example. As we were saying before, he possibly could have done so. He could have had I don't know what he had. I'm assuming right here. But like I was saying, like an example that, like if someone was going, "Here, Loomis, check this out." And then if I was to just hear that, and then I go, "Oh, cool." The person who showed me this, I never would have had. So that tells me that Mr. Bill Hunt and Don Airy, because Don Airy heard it and put his spin on it, are the writers to the intro of Mr. Crowley. And thank you for that, gentlemen. So yeah, and then that I wouldn't be walking around going like, that's definitely all me. So yeah, big thank you to Mr. Bill Hunt, because that intro was what opened my eyes to wanting to learn about music, wanted to discover about music, more bands, stuff like that. I mean, it was like 86. What was I, like 5 years old when I heard it? And 86, that's when the Ultimate Sin was out by then. But I mean, I was just a baby. I remember coming home from a haunted house because I heard like dark music in there and I loved it. And then it just so happened on the way home on the radio on Rock 107 from here in Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, coming home from Knoebels Amusement Park. I remember it. You just always remember where you're at certain times. I was 5 and I heard that intro and I immediately was just like, blown away. And it is such an iconic intro. When Don Airy does it like at the Deep Purple shows and stuff for his keyboard solo, I mean, the crowd always goes nuts. I mean, of course, it's Mr. Crowley. It's such a legendary keyboard intro. So it was just very interesting though to learn. But I would just love though to hear though what that original actual version was. So you know, credit should be given though to both. Mr. Bill Hunt, or plus though, I don't know though, like, because Jet Records just sent him down, and that's see, the music business is like that. The guy wasn't in the band. They just sent him down, try to come up though with this intro and stuff, like he wasn't in the band with them and stuff like that. So you know, writing credits and stuff like that always get a little blurry when it comes to I mean, with many bands, there's a lot of studio musicians that come in and actually, come up with a certain thing, and credit also goes other ways. I mean, that's just common practice. That's almost par for the course, almost in that dog eat dog business of that. But in a situation like that would almost be more understood. I don't know the business aspect of that or whatnot, but because I mean, if I wrote that intro and all of a sudden someone else though was getting credit for that intro, I would be like, but why didn't though Mr. Bill Hunt, like, poke his head out and say anything or whatever? Like maybe it was just a handoff, just very interesting though to learn that. I love learning new stuff, especially about Ozzy, and and to learn the actual guy's name who, he is though the key writer when you think about it, because he thought of the idea. It's the foundation. You can't say Jimi Hendrix wrote Watchtower because his versions were popular to Bob Dylan's, but yet I'm assuming a bit, and I don't like to assume. I like to have concrete stuff, but I'm assuming a bit on what his sounded like. But his was different, and then Don Airy just put his twist on it. But the gentleman's name is Mr. Bill Hunt, and he came over from Jet Records. And then when Don heard his version, then Don put a twist on it. So that would make them both the writers of the intro to Mr. Crowley. Just a very important song to me, and I just wanted to get that out there because you never hear that name. And but thank you to Mr. Bill Hunt and Don Airy, both of them, for writing one of the most iconic intros, I believe, out there. So that's it for today, folks. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button, and the contact info is Ozzy Osbourne tribute page at gmail.com. Email us up, and have a very Merry Christmas. God bless you. We'll see you next time on Into the Void, Ozzy Osbourne tribute.